know I just said swatches don't tell you a lot, but these swatches might tell you a little bit of something. Are you kidding me? The euphoriafication of this eye look. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Let's zoom in for the base makeup because clearly I don't have my eye makeup on yet, but I did try a new glowy base primer today that I'm really excited to share with you. I got this sample from a Sephora order like a month ago. This is from Saie Beauty. It is their glowy super gel, and I really like the way it looks under my foundation. It is definitely very different than my Auric Glow Lust. Like the Auric Glow Lust gives you like an all over sheen before you even put the foundation on. Like this can also be used as a highlighter, whereas this I do not think you could use as a highlighter, or if you did, I don't think it would do a whole lot. Less shimmery, more glowy, feels more like skincare, feels like a cross between a serum and a cream. And yeah, I really like it a lot so far. I'm definitely gonna keep using my sample, and who knows, maybe I'll get a full size. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to get a glowy primer review. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in the new ODEN'S Eye palette done in collaboration with ANGELICA NYQVIST. So this palette is called the Hela palette, named after Hela, the goddess of death, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I was so excited when they said that they were going to be doing this collab with ANGELICA, because if there's one palette that I have severe FOMO for and will never be able to get, it's the Club Nebula palette. I didn't end up buying that collab just because I had all of the shades in my collection. I was able to dupe it, but I literally think about it all of the time. So I'm so excited I finally got to get an ANGELICA palette because I think she's so good at coming up with color stories. Like as soon as I opened this, I was like, dang, this is gonna be really hard not to talk about till February 9th, because ODEN'S Eye did very kindly send me this palette in PR. This video is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid to talk about it. I just wanted to, because can you blame me? Look at this color story. So yeah, this was really hard to keep a secret. So I'm so glad I can finally talk about it and use it with you, and I don't want to waste another second. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see me use the new ODEN'S Eye x ANGELICA NYQVIST Hela palette, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, so those of you who've been watching my channel for a while know I'm not much for swatches, and if you're new here, hi, hello, please don't leave. I'm still gonna do swatches even though I don't really like doing swatches. I'm not gonna swatch the whole palette though. I'm sure somebody will have a swatch photo for you by the time I edit this, so if it exists, then here it is, and here's the person who did these swatches. Oh my goodness, aren't they absolutely beautiful? All the chefs are kissing. Anyway, I'm gonna swatch a couple shades for you. I don't always find that swatches do a whole lot, but I understand people wanna see them. So I'm gonna swatch a lighter matte and a deeper matte, as well as a lighter shimmer and a deeper shimmer, so we can just see, you know, the full variety of the palette. So here we have the shade Rebirth and the shade Soot, and this is not my first time trying ODEN'S Eye formulas, and the proof is in the swatches. They're so buttery smooth. I just talked about the ODEN'S Eye mattes in my latest video, which is talking about underrated makeup, because I feel like ODEN'S Eye mattes are so underrated. Did you see how buttery those go on? I know I just said swatches don't tell you a lot, but these swatches might tell you a little bit of something. But okay, now let me do some shimmers. I'll do them on my other hand. So let's do a lighter shimmer and a deeper shimmer. So here we have the shade Double-Sided, and then we also have the shade Complete. And wow, those are just as buttery, dude. I mean, the mattes are buttery, the shimmers are buttery. It's a buttery palette so far. I don't know what to say. It just looks so good. Now, let's put them on my face. All right, so I think for the look I want to go for today, I kind of want to focus on this bottom row because I feel like a lot of people are going to go for the greens. You know, clearly, it's a very green palette. I feel like a lot of people are going to go for the greens, but does that mean that you want to see the greens and I'll be disappointing you if I don't see the greens? You know what? I might still use some greens, but I really want to go into this shade Soot. I just love deep vampy purples like this so much. Let's start with Soot on my outer corner just to see how that works. I'm also using an ODEN'S Eye brush. I'm using their Saga of Freya FR4 brush. Just gonna start by stamping that on the outer corner, and it's giving a good amount of pigmentation. That's good to see. Like I said before, I've used ODEN'S Eye palettes a million times. I haven't used this palette before, but I've used so many of their different palettes, and I think their mattes are super underrated because they tend to be super pigmented, but also really easy to blend So yeah, I have high hopes for this, but of course, you know, things can always vary, palette to palette, so we'll see. I want to go smoky. I feel like Hela is the goddess of death, you know, I have to go for some dark colors as well as some bright colors. Okay, switching to my ODEN'S Eye FR5 brush because I want to kind of wing out this shape a little bit. Just taking it in a little bit further here too. I mean, wow, that shade is everything I hoped it would be and more. It's super pretty. I feel like it's almost pulling a little bit like brownish red on camera, but it does appear to be a deep purple. I like it. I feel like the red tonedness of the purple is gonna really complement the rest of the palette because you do have those pinks in here, but it's still very smoky. Okay, I'm talking too much about the first shade already. I really like the first shade, as you can see. So yeah, let's try another one. So I think I'm gonna dip into the shade Moss next here, this gorgeous like swampy green. I tested a couple of different greens on my hand here with this shimmer. That is the shade River down here. I knew I wanted that to be like my center shimmer, so I wanted to test out some mattes with that, and I feel like Moss really brings out the green reflex in that shade River, so that's why I'm going with Moss. That's a thought process for you, a little behind the scenes for you. It's really helpful to do that sometimes. If you know you want a shimmer to work with and you're not sure which matte you want to complement it, just swatch them on your hand, put the shimmer in the middle, and then swatch a couple of mattes alongside it and see what you like better. Because just looking at the palette, I did not think that this matte shade was gonna go with this deep purple matte shade or with the shimmery shade. So, you know, sometimes it really does take swatching things to figure out if they're gonna work. I guess that is the benefit of swatches. Wow, I'm figuring it out in real time. It is a really pretty shade of green though. It's looking almost a little chartreusey on the eyes, which I love. I love chartreuse. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so now I'm just gonna toss on some glitter primer real quick before I put on the shimmer shade. I tend to always do that with shimmer shades because I just like the way they look better with a little bit of primer, especially I have so much shadow on my lids already. I feel like it'll stick better with the glitter primer, so let me do that real quick. My knees are weak, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti, primed and ready. I'm wearing glitter primer. Okay, we're great. We're good to go now. All right, so I'm just gonna dip into the shade River with my finger here because that's just kind of how I like to apply shimmers. Are you kidding me? What? Not at all what I thought it was gonna look like, but it's even more beautiful than I thought it was gonna look like. Tell me how this swatch and this on my eye are the same color. Like, what? See, that's why I'm coming back to swatches again. I think swatches are helpful, but seeing things on the eyes are like definitely the most helpful way to figure out what a shade is gonna look like, because that looks totally different to me, but in the best way possible. I am just putting that close to the inner corner as I can get with my finger. I might have to hop in here with the brush too. Yeah, okay, let me hop in with the brush. It's so interesting. Look how my brush looks like purple. That was clean before. I just dipped that into the shimmer. It looks purple on the brush, but on the eyes, it's like this gorgeous blue, purple, green duochrome. Multichrome? I don't even know. I don't think any of these shades claim to be multichromes or duochromes. At least I didn't see that anywhere, you know, on the packaging or anything. But I find that with ODEN'S Eye, a lot of their shades tend to have a gorgeous flip to them. I did get just a little bit of fallout under my eye, but I think that's because I went in with the brush. I didn't get any when I went in with my fingers, so I'm just gonna take a clean brush here and just give it one of these. I'm like holding the brush like a toddler. Just give it one of these. Okay, I'm losing my mind over here. This looks so good. This is going way better than I imagined it would. So I took a second to swatch a few more shades, try to figure out what I want to do for my brow bone highlight, and I think I've come to a wild decision. And I tried this same technique, I don't know if it's a technique, when I was using the Blend Bunny palette the other day, the Blend Bunny Blends palette in one of my last videos, where I'm gonna take a pale yellow shade as my brow bone highlight. And I know you're like, what? No shimmer as a brow bone highlight? You guys, don't be afraid of trying a light colored matte as a brow bone highlight, because I think it can be really fun. So I'm just gonna lay down this shade Rebirth. I might go over it with a white matte shadow just a little bit to brighten it up a little bit. I did that when like I was saying, when I used the Blend Bunny palette, just because I felt like it made it a little brighter, but I love a yellow brow bone highlight. I think this is really fun. I'm bringing it down to connect it to the other shadow and also really flicking it out here. I might even take a little bit like in front of the shadow here, kind of doing like an inner corner highlight white with the yellow just to tie everything together. All right, now I am gonna steal my Blend Bunny Blends palette real quick just to steal a bit of that white shade to make it look a little bit brighter. I don't think I need to do this stage. Like, I would be happy with it as it is, but I'm just being a little bit of a perfectionist right now, and I just want that shade to be a little bit brighter, but I still want that yellow to show through. Ugh, I feel like it just ties together that like chartreusey swamp green shade really well, since we have most of that shade covered between the purple matte and the purpley blue duochrome. So just want to make sure all of the tones are represented here, you know what I mean? Already, I absolutely love the way this look is turning out. Now we just need to do the lower lash line here. So I think I'm gonna dip back into the shade Soot, that nice deep purple that I started out with, just to connect those two. Just want to make sure these are looking super connected here. If there's one brush that I could recommend that you buy in your lifetime for an eyeshadow brush, it's one shaped like this. The ODEN'S FR5 brush is the one I have, but it's just so cool. It's like a little C-shaped brush, but it's so sharp and precise, but like different than just a regular angled liner brush. This just lets me get so precise, but put down such a dense amount of pigment too. Like, this is such a good brush for when you're trying to do like eyeshadow as liner. I really like it, and it's great for the lower lash line too. All right, now I'm gonna dip into that shade Moss again, that gorgeous chartreusey swampy green that I had on the inner corner, because I want that to not get lost here. I get a little bit lost on my lid with this gorgeous duochrome. I got a little carried away, but I do not want it to get lost on the eye. Maybe I'll even go a little bit absolutely rogue here and put a little bit of that duochrome on the lower lash line again. I was watching an Angelica NYQVIST video earlier today. I think it was her eyeshadow palette tag video, and the eye look she had on that video was so gorgeous, and she looked like she had shimmer on the lid and on the lower lash line, kind of like a little like halo eye business sort of situation. So I want to do that too. Yeah, let's try it out. Why not? Do we think it's gonna ruin the look or take it to the next level? What's everybody's predictions? Get your bets in now, because it's happening. Okay, I love it. Yeah, I think that was the right move. I feel like this is the euphorification of this eye look with the glitter on the lower lash line. I know it's not glitter, I know it's a shimmer, but it just added a little bit of extra sparkle that I think is so, so pretty. But okay, let me do the same steps on the other eye, throw some lashes on. That way you can see the finished look, which is coming at you right now. Hello, I'm back. Sorry if the lighting has changed. It suddenly got very cloudy, but what do we think about the finished eye look? I personally am in love. I think this one shimmery shade, I can't stop looking at myself. I just took a little video on my phone too that I feel like really shows that shift a little better. You know, sometimes with like shifty shades, you gotta make them a little blurry before you can really see that shift. Let me see if I can zoom in more so I can show you the shift. I mean, I'm at a loss for words here. Also, I've been loving this purple mascara. Sorry, I know that's not what this video is about, but I've been loving this purple mascara my friend Cami sent me. It's from a brand called Ziza, and it's not in English on the bottom, so I don't know what the name of the shade is or anything, but it's the purple one. It's their Living Colorfully mascara, and it matches the matte purple eyeshadow so well. I feel like it really ties the look together, and you guys, what else can I say? What else can I say? Proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is the makeup look. I feel so inspired by this. Like, I'm definitely still gonna do a look that's like an all green look. I know that's like majority greens in this palette, but I love that she included other color stories too. Like, I love that it's not just an all green palette. It's green, but it's also grungy purples. It's also hot pinks. There's such a good variety of shades. Angelica actually had a really cute message to go along with this palette, and it says, for this palette, I had a vision of a warm but still different color story that would suit both lovers of colors and lovers of neutrals. I wanted to create a color story I myself wish I had in my collection and that I wanted to share with you. So I feel like that perfectly describes the color story she came up with, because there are some neutral colors in here. Even though you look at it and you see like green, you know, like this shade is like a mustardy, greeny neutral. These shades are a little more neutral. Like, you definitely could create some more subtle looks with this. Clearly I didn't go subtle. Clearly I went bold. Clearly I'm a lover of color. Angelica is just so good at picking color stories. I would buy anything she comes out with after trying this. Like, this is so good. It has definitely satisfied my FOMO from the Club Nebula palette. So I highly recommend the Hela palette from ODEN'S Cosmetics and Angelica NYQVIST. It's a 10 out of 10. I have no notes, and I'm definitely gonna keep playing with it. So subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll definitely be filming reels with it over on my Instagram page, so follow me there at GlamGeoNYC. I I post a new reel basically every day because Instagram has made it clear that they only push out reels. So I've been filming reels every day, so I'll definitely do some more looks with this over there. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, do me a favor, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I talk about a lot of indie makeup, a lot of colorful makeup, a lot of graphic liner. I do anti-hauls. We have a lot of fun over here on my channel, so would love to have you subscribe. Check out my description box for all of the information on when you can get this palette. I believe February 14th is the day that it officially launches, but I'll put all the info down below. Also in my description box, I'll have a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources, resources to support the Asian American community, and resources to support the LGBTQ plus community. So please check out those links if you haven't yet. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!